everyone, my name is Reggie and welcome to my channel. Today I'm really excited to be sharing with you a 5-star predictions video. So these videos have been going around YouTube recently and I really wanted to try one because it looked like so much fun and I really enjoy watching these videos. If you don't know, the concept behind this video is basically to just pick off some books off your TBR that you think you are going to love and be rating 5 out of 5 stars. I've selected 6 books from my bookshelves behind me that I think I will be giving 5 out of 5 stars whenever I actually read them. And if you've read any of these books, you should definitely comment down below and let me know what you thought of them and if you think I will enjoy them as much as I think I will enjoy them. Before we get into this video, if you enjoy it, please subscribe to my channel. I post new bookish videos and videos about storytelling and all kinds of fun stuff like that every week. And if you hit that bell notification, you will not miss any of my videos because you'll get a notification because that's how notifications work. Alright, on to the video. The first book on my list is Night Film by Marisha Passel. This has been raved about amongst the community, but it also is not just the good reviews that makes me think I will love this book. It's a lot of the elements within this book that I think I will truly love. First of all, this is an adult thriller and I love adult thrillers so much. This is also a book that has multimedia aspects to it. So you have, I think, article clippings, website pages, police reports, and things like that that really bring the story to life. This story is also centered around a journalist, and I love stories about journalists. Some of my favorite things are about journalists. When I was in high school, I was dead set on being a journalist. And so I've since then and forever will always love stories about journalists if they're tackled well. This story is about a ex-journalist, I believe, whose rival's daughter committed suicide, or at least it was ruled a suicide, but he doesn't believe that's what happened. So he does some digging to figure out what actually went down. Like I said, I've heard nothing but fabulous reviews of this book and I just really am so pumped to read it soon. Next up on this list is a book I just want to read so badly, and that is How to Make a Wish by Ashley Herring Blake. This is another book, in fact I think all of these books I've heard a lot about, so I will stop saying that, but this is a book I've heard a lot about from other people on BookTube. I've heard this is an emotional and gripping tale about a girl and her coming to terms with her sexuality. It has very good bisexual representation and it also has very good biracial representation, which is why I'm so on board for this, because as many of you know, I am always seeking out books that have that biracial rep in them. I've heard this is an emotional and gripping book and I just think those are the books that I am super drawn to, like realistic fiction, that contemporary, that is not a fluffy romance but is a hard-hitting look at life and adolescence. Those are the kinds of YA contemporaries that I love and gravitate towards. So I think I will love this one. Another one is a book that I'm just so disappointed in myself that I haven't read yet. And if you've been on my channel for the past year, you probably know what it is because this is a book I've mentioned that I'm disappointed in myself for not reading. This is also a book that I've put in countless TBRs and it's getting ridiculous, but I think I'm going to read it next month for sure, for real this time. And that is The Upside of Unrequited by Becky Albertalli. The reason I think I'm so going to read this next month is because Love, Simon came out this month, which is the adaptation of Becky Albertalli's first book, Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda. The adaptation was marvelous and perfect. I have a video review of it if you would like to check that out. However, the book that it's based on is one of my favorites of all time, so I reread it in anticipation of the movie and I loved it so much, just as much as I did the first time, and I was just itching for more Becky Albertalli, and I have more Becky Albertalli now, so I think I'm going to be picking this up really, really soon. I genuinely think that I'm going to like this just because I love Becky so much and her characters feel so realistic and relatable and amazing and raw, and I love her characters, her stories, and her writing style, and I just loved all that in Simon, and I've heard such good things about this book. I need to stop saying that. This is about our main character, Molly, who is a girl who happens to have a lot of crushes that go unrequited. She has never been in a relationship. So Molly is forced to confront this when her sister gets in her first real relationship, and Molly is then considering what it is that has made her have all of these crushes but not anything further. I do believe we also have Fat Rip from Molly in this, which is super great. Becky Albertalli is just a gem at paving the way for stories that should be told and should have been told for a long time that aren't being told. And I do think this will be a solid 5 out of 5 stars. In fact, if any of these books on this list are 5 out of 5 stars for sure, this is the one I'm most confident in. Next up, we have Wolf by Wolf by Ryan Groden. This is a historical fiction alternate reality book. So this is taking the idea of if the Axis powers would have won World War II, what would have happened? So every year since their win of the war, they take this like victory tour, and I believe it's like this race and motorcycles and action-packed stuff. Our main character in this book is joining the victory tour race in attempts to get close to and murder Hitler. Sounds like an action-packed, cool time. I've heard nothing but good things about this. I think it has a lot of things that I really enjoy in books, such as like historical fiction and really badass female characters. The next book I have to talk about is Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer. I really want to read a lot of Jonathan Safran Foer's books, but I haven't picked up any of them, and this is the first one I will be picking up, and I'm so excited to be reading it. This essentially follows a 9-year-old boy who is going through a journey through New York to essentially find a locker that a key he has opens and see what's inside that locker. Essentially, this is an emotional journey because the key in the locker belongs to his dad who passed away in 9/11. This just sounds like the kind of book I would enjoy. It's a gripping and emotionally rich contemporary from what I can tell. It seems like it has wonderful writing. It's beloved amongst the reading community, not just BookTube, but like I've talked to other readers who have just absolutely adored this book. It also has a movie, I believe, and I have not seen that, but I would like to watch it after I read the book, of course, but it just seems like something I will love, and I just really need to get on it. The last book I have on my list to talk to you about today is Dangerous Girls by Abigail Haas. This is a YA thriller about a young girl whose best friend is murdered, and she is quickly assumed to be the suspect, and it's her life trying to figure out what happened to her best friend while being accused of being the murderer. And I think we don't know if she did or did not do it, I think, but I don't know. I just know that I've heard so many good things about this book, and I love thrillers. So those are the 6 books that I think I will be absolutely loving and giving 5 out of 5 stars whenever I do happen to read them. If you've read any of these books, you should comment down below and let me know what you thought of them and if you think I will love them as much as I think I'll love them. But that is all for today's video, so make sure you give this a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!